Say cheese. All right. To our mothers, I say, Happy Mother's Day. To my family, who are now realizing that I was chosen to speak here today, I say, surprise. Thank you for your love and support. And to the class of 2024, I say, congratulations. Thank you. While preparing to address you today, I ran into an issue. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I knew where to find answers. Remember the fall of 2021. We are anxious, and we're in night 215 for Professor Beatty's writing sessions. There, we learned about Iraq as she walked us through a tour typo. I'm not mispronouncing Iraq. Issue, rule, application, conclusion. It's the structure for legal analysis. It allows us to answer questions by applying precedent or pre-existing rules. So I went looking for rules from some of our favorite professors and staff members. Now, this is the edited version. The administration has restricted the time, place, and manner of this speech. So I'll be circulating a supplemental brief later on. Rules. Issue 1, whether X professor is optimistic about the future of the legal field, and if so, why? Rule 1, the professors and staff are cautiously optimistic. We think bigger than previous generations, Daily Doran, partially because we stand on their shoulders, Fischel. These habits will affect how we conduct ourselves in practice, Simon Kerr. Issue 2, one piece of advice you'd give students as we begin our legal careers. Here we go. Remember, the law powers fights for progress. Listen to the voices of those organizing, protesting, and striking, Fischel, Bauer. Be careful around work hard, play hard culture. Alcohol tolerance goes down after age 30. Zubricki. The best way to resist brain degeneration, activities that expand your horizons. Simon Kerr. All right, application. My friends, I agree with our professors. I've seen a fierce commitment to each other and our communities. This culture is the sum total of every kindness we showed to one another. We need to bring this with us as we enter practice. What does this culture look like? It's sharing notes with a sick classmate. It's the study room reservation for you and your friends. It's empathizing with those who weep. After a tough on-call, after a basketball club overtime loss against Yale, after law school is dwarfed by life struggles. It's cheering those who rejoice. After a job offer, after a 6th national championship, after a night to remember at the half door, RIP. It's the pizza behind star. It's ignoring the grading curve that means your neighbor thrives at your expense and instead embracing a commitment to mutual aid. If you could all do me a favor, please don't let our good work end here. The legal profession can be so old-fashioned because few know what goes on in the very high walls of the city we live in. I mean, we've heard it before, right? The law school stages of death. In the first year, they what? Scare you to death. In the second year, they what? Work you to death. And in the third year, they what? Bore you to death. I would always ask, why does anyone have to die? I mean, you'd think reading textbooks would result in minimal casualties. You mean to tell me that we're paying to be in the worst book club ever? At least there are snacks. Just look out for the many emails. But we've helped each other rise above. We carry this culture into the legal world. Make justice accessible. Make the profession a better place. Make change where you can. We've always had this power, but now we know the rule against perpetuities. I'm just joking, no one does. Conversely, you'll encounter some in your offices and communities who oppose this mission. Mentors have spoken to me about their hard-fought progress being reversed. Therefore, we must stay vigilant. That's not a threat, it's a history lesson. My friends, as we weave this quilt of progress together, we must ensure it's not torn down. To quote contemporary poet Kendrick Lamar, I know. Sit down, be humble. Hope is a discipline that must be practiced daily. Class of 2024, for the foregoing reasons, I am optimistic about our future. The culture we've made gives me hope, and I pray our good work doesn't end here as we go forth to do justice, show kindness, and walk humbly. Thank you.